Is there anybody there? Not yet. I should look at phone. Hello, someone. Hello, Simone. How are you? It's just me and thee at the moment. Good evening. Good evening. Simone is here. Some other people just dropped in. Hope they're not going to drop out again. If you're in the room, please do say hello. Hello there. Chiltern Hills Rally is here. Hello, hello. Hooked on Classics says, I'm okay. I have been watching the Jaws movies and counting my cat's toes. That sounds very relaxing, Simone. I know it's Adrian. Hello, Adrian. Good evening. How are you? Are you still buzzing? Are you still excited? We'll cover the Chiltern Hills vehicle rally in this live stream because it was a monumental event. Adrian, I know I've seen you today, but how are you now that you're not in work? But still buzzing. That's excellent. Yeah, I was buzzing. Yeah, I was definitely buzzing. That was good. But obviously, you're like the godfather of it, so I know you were. I know you were well proud. Simone bought parts for her lawnmower today. I need to catch up on your videos. I've been so busy. I'm really behind on watching YouTube videos, particularly amongst my nearest and dearest sort of YouTube people like yourself, Simone, Simon, Boaty, etc., etc. So yeah, mega busy. So just need to have a. I think Monday is going to be my next day where I actually get to sit and do nothing. Because Saturday I'm going to MG100 at Gaydon, and then Sunday I may be going to South Wales to collect a particular sort of car that I've been on about getting. And Monday there's nothing happening, so I'm going to just chill out and watch some YouTube, maybe have a reasonably healthy meal at some point during the day, and yeah, not even do any car things. I wouldn't have thought on Monday. But yes, I will catch up and yeah, see what you're doing with your lawnmower. Simon Jeffries from Project MGTF announces himself by saying, "Dude, hi, dude, how are you?" I will recount a little tale that happened this morning. So it was the Chiltern Hills vehicle rally over the weekend. So I didn't help much on Saturday, I have to admit. I was just there. But yeah, Sunday I was helping with the rally control. So that's letting the flows of traffic in, and you've got one flow for pre-booked and one flow for late arrivals or pay on the day. And I was back and forth. You know, as a team of, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 of us, and it was just it went from 8 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, just like that. So then I did some helping on Monday morning just to clear, because I was off Monday, Tuesday this week. Did some clearing up, and then I got home, had to go straight to the Welsh Herefordshire border. Stayed in a very nice inn hotel called the Radnorshire Arms. Very, very nice indeed. And yeah, spent the day with Tom Force yesterday from 8 till probably 6:30. It was a really long day. Looking at the kind of the state of tune and the map on my 190. I won't say too much because it's going to spoil a couple of videos that are going to be coming out within the next week. This morning, my alarm was set for 6 o'clock. I went to bed fairly early because I was tired after 4 non-stop days. And yeah, my door banged downstairs, and I was like, "Goodness, someone's in the house!" And it was my cleaning lady. So I slept from 9 till about 10, from 6, slept through from 6 when I should have got up to about 10 past 9. So had my cleaning lady not come at that time, I would have probably still been there at 11 o'clock. Luckily, I wasn't too late for work. Anyway, I'm waffling on. I'm going to look at some comments, and I will have to take my glasses off to do that so I can actually read. Um, Simon was elbow deep in looking at StreamYard. What's StreamYard? Do tell us. Pure Evil says, "Good evening, everyone." Good evening, Pure Evil. Simone hasn't filmed the mower, sadly. Might do an update on it though. Yes, yes, but I've obviously missed something about your mower. So I do hope that you get it sorted out. Can't believe Force is his name. It's his name, and his name is definitely Tom Force. Simon asks how everyone is. Ross Dinosaur Dad is here. It says hello to me and everyone, and hello to you too. Also, Ross. Simon says, "Poor old Rob, tired like a pit miner." I still am tired, so I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep it up for this evening, shall we say, as the actress said to the bishop. Yes, I will do my best to entertain you, even though I've got to go to the dreaded big smoke tomorrow, and that involves taking trains and undergrounds and things like that. Oh yeah, we shouldn't, given the recent death of Rolf Harris, we probably shouldn't confuse the word miner and minor. Tom HT is here. Hello, Tom. How are you? Simon asks, "Is he a force to reckon with, or is there no bartering?" You'll have to watch the videos and find out. He's a really nice guy. Yes, London, awful place. I'm going for work, so that means I've got to go up in safety boots, which are heavy and not very flexible. So I can't kind of run up and down. Not that I ever do really run up and down stairs. But yeah, I've got to go in my safety boots, carry all my PPE, my rucksack, and then get to St Paul's Underground Station, which is actually quite a nice part of London, albeit very, very busy. Yes, Tina Turner died earlier, aged 83. May she rest in peace. So, Rolf then Tina. But yeah, that was on the news a little bit earlier that Tina Turner had passed away. People are beginning to join. Do tell us about your day. Tell us any car-related hot topics. Car-related hot topic. One thing I will reveal is when I bought the MGZT 190 about a year ago, its whole exhaust was rotten, including the cat pipe. So I hurriedly bought the cheapest thing I could find off eBay for probably less than 150 quid for this front pipe with the flexi and a cap. Yesterday I was at Force Tuning, so the car was on a rolling road, which means it's being revved to its red line. What's that? 7,000 odd RPM. When I was filming at the back of the car, when he was really going for it, these sparks coming out of the back of the exhaust pipe, and his colleague asked him, "Is it normal for the exhaust emission sensor to be arcing on the exhaust?" And he was like, that never does that." And what we reckon it is my catalytic converter got, because it was a nasty aftermarket one, got so hot and shat itself through the exhaust. So we'll be putting a new front pipe on, because one thing we did discover is it's got lovely big bore tubes coming down from both headers into one, and then it's got a flexi, then it's got another big bit of tube, and then it kind of does a little flange, and it goes down to about an inch before going into the cat. So they've just no thought at all. They've bought these cheap cats that have got tiny little inch entry and exit points. So it's not only restricting the flow, but it's the cheap cat has decided to disintegrate. So yeah, that happened yesterday. That was the thing. Simon asks me if I've seen Secrets of the Underground. Lovely presenter, but she's weird on Insta. I haven't, and no, not seen her on Instagram either. But do tell us more, Simon. And you do digress, but that's fine. The car show. Ross says the car show video is excellent. By the way, yeah, I made a decision at Pride of Longbridge not to do a video going around every single car in the show because others do that and do it very well. And I'm, I think, it's a big event. Then, definitely other people are going to do loads of videos. Obviously, I don't think anything else from YouTube was there. There were people filming, but I think that's probably more for personal pleasure than uploading to social media like YouTube. But yeah, I thought no. I think any car show, just pick out certain things. Obviously, I was busy volunteering on the day as well, so I was sort of keeping one eye on one thing and one eye on something else. So I didn't, get the time to go walk around every car. Plus, I was judging as well. So it was just a really busy day. But thank you, Ross. I'm glad that format of me not walking around videoing every car, going, "That's nice, that's nice," because that most of the cars there were nice. So it's it's good to get your feedback. I appreciate it. Simon agrees. Thank you very much, Simon. Except the turds were hooning out the gates. Yeah, there was an awful lot of that. Yeah, even really late on Sunday, we were coming back from dropping some cars off, and this was an MR2 or a MX5. I don't know which one it was, but wheels span out this farmer's field. This is someone else's field. This farmer's good enough to let the Chiltern Hills charity rent the field, and people are just wheel spinning out of this tiny gate onto an area of roads that are notorious for bad accidents, and behaving like that. It's just, yeah. Oh, it's very serious, isn't it? But there were a lot of turds hooning out of the gates. Simone found out today how hot it is in the Rover 75 with broken aircon. They do get very hot. I think a Rover 75 or MGZT with broken aircon is hotter than a McDonald's apple pie. Just putting it out there. Simon says, looked like a massive show. There was defo someone else filming everything leaving. Yeah, he did. He wasn't talking. So unless he's someone else and will narrate all the cars leaving, I don't know. But he had quite a big fuzzy microphone, so I think he was trying to pick up some of those burbly cars. A lot of nice burbly American cars there on Sunday. But it is a massive show. Given it's a local show it's a local show that's for charity. It's a big field. It's a big field, and 2/3 of it are the show. So probably you've got a decent sized chunk for trade stands, catering. There's a lorry with a band, and then you've got all the cars. Hopefully I caught it in when I sort of lifted my camera up and showed around. It's big. Pride of Longbridge is big, and it's not a lot smaller. It's seriously well put together. You get people. There's so many people coming, so 8 o'clock till 1 o'clock, non-stop getting cars in. Loads of on the day people. And a variety of cars. There's really old stuff there, really, really a proper vintage cars. And there was guys driving in very, very, very recent. I'm talking, 4-year-old Golfs, BMW. That's the one, BMWs. Yeah, incredible. Oh, blimey, these comments are beginning to pop in. Got a few people in now, which is very nice. Hopefully, I will stay awake for at least 10 o'clock. After, if you're just joining me, the breaking news is that I overslept this morning because I was a tired bunny, and yeah, I should have got up at 6 and ended up getting out of bed at 9:10, only because my cleaning lady uh, got in the house. Not got. It sounds like she's doing something she shouldn't. Let herself into the house and bang the door, and I was like, um, oh, there's some comments to catch up on. Henrietta's wheels are done and fitted back on with new wheel bolts. We look forward to seeing this. This is very good. And Simone asks, "Film coming, Simon?" And I concur. I do hope there is a film coming, Simon. And then Simon tells Simone that Norman Butler is attending the unveiling shortly. Then there'll be a better video afterwards. Oh dear. So Norman's going to be passing comment. Well, given his lovably stubborn nature, I hope that video goes well. Tom was at a Morris Minor gathering on Sunday, and it's made me really want one. Such charming and easy cars. They are brilliant. Yeah, Moggy Miners. I've never actually owned one. I've driven a couple, and they're super fun cars, and they do look nice. Get one. Get a midget as well. Get lots of cars, Tom. Just fill your parents' driveway up. It's fine. George is in the house saying, "Hey up, Mr. Beards and Bangers. Hello, everyone. And hello to you too, also, Julie. I do hope you're well." Simon, like my comment about the Rover 75 on a summer's day being hotter than McDonald's apple pie. Simone, McDonald's apple pie is hotter than the surface of the sun. This is true, and that's why it says caution on the end of it. Caution. Contents may be hot. Well, I should bloody well hope so. Same as a takeaway cup of coffee. Caution. Contents may be hot. I'm an adult. I can work that out. If I wanted a cold coffee, I'd be weird. Although iced coffee is nice. I'm not saying that people who drink cold coffee are weird, but to me, if I want a hot coffee, I want it hot. Simon says, "Oh, I should stop talking about the weird underground women. Sorry, lol. You bet, Simon. I hope Udrich doesn't scroll up, Udrich, and read the comments you put about that." Everyone's saying hello to each other. Simon, good. Moggy Miners are a good way into classic car. I think they're incredibly easy to work on, like a Mini, but even easier. I knew a friend of mine who had one, and he knew nothing about it, never done anything mechanical, and changed a clutch on his driveway just by reading the Haynes manual. Brilliant. Hello, Simon asked me, "Is my clean lady is called Alfred and you are Batman?" Oh shit, I've just confirmed it. Yeah. But you guys have to decide which of my cars is the Batmobile. Tom says to Simon that he really liked it. I'm going to read it's a message to Simon. I'll read it out because I like it. Really would love one alongside the Spitfire. Go for it. Can take more people to shows as well. Absolutely. But slightly more sociable than a two-seater. Simone from Hooked on Classics really wants an Allegro. They're nice as well. Simon says, "Tom HT, are you already accustomed to the way of the classic then? And Moggy would make an easy second option." I like that. The way of the classic. Are you accustomed to our ways, young man? Went a bit Rolf Harris then, didn't it? Tom dares me to repeat your many cars comment to his mum. She has a stare that can kill a man at 10 paces. A 10-pace stare. It's a bit like what Simon's trying to turn Henrietta into. A 10-pace car, but don't stare. So it's kind of not the same, is it? Cautions may be hot is what I have on my pants. of course. Um, Tom says he's only had his Spitfire for a year, but learning it has made me determined to fully embrace a hobby. Will definitely look into it once I have my own place. Just do it. Parents love it when you just bring cars home without telling them first. I did that loads of times, and the funny thing was, my dad used to go, "Oh, for fuck's sake, what have you done now?" Um, and and then 2 days later, he'd be like, "Where's my bloody Dolomite gone?" And he'd be hooning around the village in it. So your mum might, she might do that, Tom. She might just, bring a Moggy Minor home and she goes hooning around your village in it. It could happen, but maybe it won't. His driveway has a clutch. Changing his driveway's clutch. Yeah, an old friend of mine changed a Morris Minor's clutch on his driveway. If that's what I didn't say in the first place, but maybe driveways could have clutches. Um, uh, Simon asks Simone if she has seen the late break show Allegro going to has a Type R engine and stuff. I don't watch the late break show. That's Johnny on Instagram. I think he's Johnny Car Pervert, which is a fantastic Instagram handle, by the way. And Simone has watched it. Simon says, "Dads are like that. First response is scorn, second is help." Yeah, they just love it. They love it. Tom's mum. We get further information on Tom's mum. Tom's mum has been insured on the Spit for a year and hasn't driven it yet. Maybe take the batteries out of every other car in your household and then feign some injury and say that you've got to be immediately driven to A&E. And then the only car that works, and your mother will have to heroically drive you to A&E just to get her to drive the Spitfire. It's a bit far-fetched, but you could try something like that. And then Jeremy Beadle. Oh, no, he's dead, isn't he? But someone like Beadle would pop out from, I don't know, behind a Coke machine, which I'm guessing hospitals have, of course, these days. Yeah, then she'll drive it. I think that's a good idea. I think who agrees with me? Who thinks Tom should do a ruse to forcibly get his mother to drive the Spitfire? Where did I get to? Ross, Dinosaur Dad, used to have the body filler section of the Haynes manual. They made it look so they did. They've got some guy in his corduroy trousers and check shirt, immaculate, shirt tucked in, beige socks, very easy loafers, very very happily, almost with a perverted smile on his face, kind of smearing mixing the filler perfectly with the hardener. Nothing goes wrong. Doesn't leave it to go to put a little bit too much, too little in, mixing it and then smearing it on the car, leaving it for a possible amount of time to wait, and then sanding it back all properly. And it just never ended up looking like, I don't know, ready brick that you just kind of picked up with your hand and just thrown on the floor. That's what my efforts at filling always look like. It just like ready brick that had gone cold after being tossed on the floor. But yes, Ross. People saying things to each other. Simon has a question for me. How many YouTubers have featured their mum on a video? I don't know. You kind of have. How you have? I'm sure your dinosaur video has your mother on it. But I haven't, because if I videoed my mum, then the whole video would just be her talking. I wouldn't get a word in. There would be no time to actually film a car, unless it was a K11. If it was a K11, she'd get very excited because she loves K11s. What else? Yes. And then she would ask everyone do you know such and such. She would talk to the internet as if they were someone who lived in the next road. Um, but Simon, uh, if anyone knows any YouTubers who have featured their mother or have their mother featured in a video, then do put it in the chat thing. Coke machine, yeah, sounds very much, yeah. So it would be the what would it be the NHS version? A beverage refreshment section. Simone says the late break show should be on TV. It's filmed way too professionally, and Johnny is loaded, never responds to comments. Yeah. So his Drive Tribe, his Drive Tribe is very slick as well, isn't it? With Mike Fernie, who's a very very nice chap, very very nice man. I met him at Pride of Longbridge. Darren Ball's in the house. Evening, Darren. How are you? Simon responds to Simone about late break show, and it is very good. Yeah, it's very well put together. Matt, number plate legend Dickens is in the house. Huzzah! Huzzah to you too, sir. Simon answers the YouTubers who feature or have their mother featured in a video is one is Simon, which I kind of guessed, and two is Sheldon. Yes, Sheldon's mum. Last video I saw of Sheldon's, his mum was driving an SD1. Very good. Simon thinks it may need to be a thing though. Asking mums about cars. I might do that actually. Might take my mum out in a car and film her talking about it. Do it. Simon then says that he believes Drive Tribe is funded as well. I'm sure it could well be funded by Richard Hammond, or one of Richard Hammond's, no doubt, numerous businesses. Simone doesn't watch Drive Tribe much either. I watch the bits that interest me. So the MGZTT, I watched that little series, the Rover 25, that Mike Fernie had turned into like an MGZR replica, but then turned it back into Rover 25. It looked lovely, to be fair. And Simon confirms they had a lovely ZTT. They did have a lovely Le Mans green ZTT from memory white hairpin alloys, but I might be wrong on that. Matt says, and Matt Matt's a knowledgeable guy. He says Drive Tribe is owned by Clarkson, Hammond, and May. Well, there we are. Darren is not bad. Just got home from a quick run around in the TF, and what a day to do it. My TF Dusty had my ownership had her hardtop taken off, back on now, but hardtop taken off for the show last weekend. I had some topless driving for the first time in her, and then because I was so busy on the day of the show, completely forgot to take her hardtop down and put the hood cover on to make her look all lovely. But never mind, these things happen. But yeah, what a day! What a day to be taking a TF out for a hoon. Fantastic. Simon says, yes, white hairpins, hence him wanting blue hairpins or hairpins. Tom says today was the perfect day to this Spitfire. Absolutely, it definitely was. I think the weather's going to be nice for a little while. Simone's hairpins go in her hair. They are those hairpins as well. Simon says, at me, he wants me to read this comment. Did you notice any extra scuttle shake without the hardtop? Yes, the hardtop definitely tightens things up. I think every convertible I've owned or driven has been better with the hood up or hardtop on. Definitely. Well, we have no more comments for this evening. We didn't finish the other week. We were discussing who the Beard Overlord was, and I'm still. I think we had notable we notably forgot Sven from the channel Car Crazy Norwegian, who's got an almighty beard. Those Vikings, damn, they have serious beards. So if anyone's got any more thinking about that, then do pop it down. Yes, I was at Tom Force's garage yesterday all day, about 8 a.m. till about 6:30. Long day, only a short break for lunch. Quite tired by the end of it. Had to drive best part of 3 hours home. So yeah, I was a tired bunny. I was a really tired bunny last night, and that's why I overslept this morning. Quite serious. Not just overslept, like stayed in bed without wanting to. Yes. But at the same time, while I was at, and if any of you were on Boaty's live stream last night, excuse me, you will have known that I was at Tom Force's garage and Boaty rang while I was there. And you knew this because I think Simon had seen Boaty on Sunday and said, "Oh, Rob was at Tom Force on Monday, or Tuesday, blah, blah, blah." And so Boaty and I exchanged some rather amusing messages because apparently Tom Force says that I was a VIP YouTuber having some work done on his car. So if Tom did say that, thank you, Tom. And yeah, thank you for the banter, Boaty. If you're watching this back, and I know you will, will have done if you put a comment below. There we are. Challenge for you, Boaty. Where did we get to? Ross asked me how the diet's going. It's going pretty well. Had a couple of difficult days over the weekend because I just didn't have access to the right food, but I didn't eat too much. So yeah, but yeah, it's going very well. I'm not hungry. My shirt is definitely baggier. My jeans are definitely looser. So it's going in the right direction. We await the next blood test results. Darren says that his TF feels more solid with the hard top. I think that's definitely. If anyone thinks differently, I don't know if we've got any other TFers on here, but do please pop a little comment there. And if you have joined us and you haven't said hello or haven't asked me a question, then please do feel free to do so. This is a safe space where we come together and can ask and talk about anything if I desire that. It's something that I want to talk about. Yes. Simone likes the Monaco hairpin. Is that a different style on a different vehicle? Do tell me. Matt asks, how was Sunday, Roberto? Roberto! Very, very, very continental. Much sunburnage. I'm one of these lucky people who go brown. However, my neck didn't get sunburned, but it just got very crispy. Something akin to belly pork, in fact. But Sunday was fantastic. Yeah, I don't know what was raised in total, but I know that some money's already been given to some local charities because that's what it's for. It was busy. It was a super busy day. I had 4 days on the trot and I was done in last night, which is why I slept in till 9:10 this morning when I should have got up at 6. Yeah, that wasn't great. But yeah, really brilliant show. It's a big shit, given that it's a local show for local charities run by local people, 12T local people. The size of it is very good, but it's well organized, well publicized. It's not surprising. How was your Sunday, Matt? I know you did send me some pictures, but do tell everyone else how your Sunday was. Tom says, did notice some oil around number 3 spark plug. Spark, it should be spark plug, shouldn't it? Spark plug. So hoping that it's not something that needs sorting soon. I've never seen a Spitfire engine, so couldn't give you a clue. I know I had a very oily spark plug on my Rover 216, and that's because you have a cam cover gasket, and then you've got a little oil seal around each spark plug, and one of those had gone. So I know that's on a completely different engine, on Honda D series engine, so quite far removed from a Triumph or standard unit, whatever one was in your Spitfire. But yeah, maybe someone on here will proffer an opinion, especially if the likes of Adrian or Austin or Sam are watching, because they're the guys to ask. Simon says the TF has extra bracing. I can only imagine how much shake there is on an F. Can't remember, to be honest. It's been too long. But I was very young when I drove an MGF, and it was just really exciting. Simone asks, yeah, the same question you asked me this morning or last night, and I just don't know the answer. But it is Simone answer. It is this weekend. I got thrown out by the Abadjani. Simon asked if Tom Force bought me lunch. No, but we had lunch together, which was nice. He was very, very accommodating. Simon says something. Simon says, "Sorry, I'm in comment overdrive, lol," and that's in brackets. Simon asks, "Are you coming to a Land Rover lunch?" I will do at some point. Yes, when I've got a diesel vehicle. Clue. Because I've got to be conscious of how much fuel I'm actually spending money on, because Husley, who will become less guzzly hopefully soon, Husley is quite thirsty, because I just can't drive it normally. I'd have to drive it spiritedly, or maybe that is normally. I would rather do longer trip in a diesel vehicle. Hint. Simone makes me listen to something in my mind's ear, and Simone likes the sound of a Spitfire on a flypast. There is nothing better. I think is the best. And here, all right, here's a question. Completely go off what I've written down. Here's a question: is the Merlin engine, particularly in a Spitfire, the best sounding engine in the world? And that can be any engine. Could be a jet engine, could be a fire engine, no, any kind of propelling engine. Is the Merlin engine, particularly in a Spitfire, the best sounding engine, as Clarkson would say, ever? Matt had a cracking day, very burnt, but very proud of your gang. Excellent, that's very good. Darren said he has a huge drink problem. None of them are particularly economical. I think even the 120s, you're probably talking early 30s on a decent run. The ZT can be good. I didn't use a tank of fuel driving to Prestine and back. Prestine is it's like the first town in Wales you come to from Herefordshire, and it's lovely. Stayed in a very nice hotel. Excellent bed and breakfast. They're actually going to get the B&B Rosette, which is actually the contents of my catalytic converter, stuck to a piece of cardboard, which I've taken from the cereal packet. So try and stop coughing in a sec. Yeah. Excuse me. Anyway, fuel prices are coming down over this way. I haven't noticed it here. Simone thinks the Merlin is the best sounding engine ever. It gets my vote. Darren Ball's E5 is 144 a litre. That sounds good. I think I filled Husley up on he wasn't empty, but I just topped him up to full. And that was 159 a litre. That was BP really near me. Pure Evil says that I'll have no objection about the Spitfire Merlin being the best sounding engine in the world for me. I can hear it in my ear head now. Um, Dinosaur Dad says the best engine sound is the one that's still going whenever I land somewhere. uh, Simon asks Simone a question about keeping track of the YouTube chat on StreamYard, which is something that I still don't know what that sounds like. Some live chat streaming service. 159 in Devon for Diesel. We say Diesel on this channel. We say we say Diesel in the face of Sadiq Khan. Simon asks another question. I think this is about the StreamYard. Excuse me 1 second. I'm going to get a little glass of water. Where did we get to? Simone explains to Simon there's a pop out or just use a separate screen. Pure Evil says last time I filled up it was 135 for diesel, but that was Costco Sheffield. I do go to Costco, but I've got to drive 20-ish miles to the two nearest. So it just seems silly just to go there just for fuel. But I do need to do a Costco's trip soon, so it might be worth taking Guzzly Huzzly with me. Simon now explains to me what StreamYard is. Excuse me. I can't actually smoke on the camera because I'll get, I don't know, excommunicated by someone. Simon says StreamYard is a place where you can broadcast to multiple outlets. You can screen share, all that good stuff. Oh, okay. I'll have to look into this. Matt has the same. Yeah, he just puts fuel in. It runs out, so you put more in. Yeah, I'm kind of like that. Oh, I need to fill up. Don't even think about it. I've enjoyed spending that money that I've paid for petrol. Ross Dinosaur Dad says it's around 90 pence a litre down here. Sorry, everyone. That's just, and there's that good stuff as well. Or is it E5? Simone says Costco in the UK. Yes, some Costco's have. There are Costco's in the UK, firstly, and some of them have fuel stations. So my two nearest are Watford and Milton Keynes. And Milton Keynes doesn't have a fuel station, or it certainly didn't last time I went there. And Watford does, and since they've put a fuel station, it's made the car park really slow to get around. Yes, but Costco is really good at making you spend money, basically. Ask the Gap still in Watford. You mean Watford Gap? I don't know what you mean, Simone. Expliquez-vous, s'il vous plaît. Not going to try and speak French. It's too tired. Is the Gap still in Watford? Ah, you're right. Yeah. Watford Gap is that's not far from me either. Really, that's sort of going the other way. Not far at all. Definitely still a gap in Watford. Pure Evil is close enough to make it worth using the Sheffield one in the car park. Street outside the road beyond that is basically stationary as well to the fuel price there. Yeah. But you have to be a member, just to make clear, you have to be a member of Costco to purchase fuel there. You can't just turn up as a, Norman Butler, for instance, certainly won't have a Costco card, having met him. And he would not be allowed to fill up. Tom HT says, good night all. Good night, Tom. Thank you for joining. I shall be also going to bed in about 15 minutes because I'm still incredibly tired. But have a sleep well, dear boy. Sleep well. Ross's local Costco has coffins for sale. People are dying to get in. Thank you. Very good. Yes. I had some other topics, but I'm going to wait for a live stream when I'm feeling a bit more lively, and maybe we get things going with us. We get a good couple of hours to really get into something. Matt says auto shenanigans proved driving further for cheap fuel isn't economical. It's not. It can't be, particularly if you're taking a guzzly like Guzzly Huzzly or your ZS 180, because they're pretty guzzly as well, aren't they? Or probably not quite as, because they're not pulling around quite as much weight. Simon says Norman Butler would be all over Costco for the cheap jams. They don't do car jam though, which I believe is his favourite. But Ross is actually serious. They do. That's so American. I know you're in Australia, but that's such an you can go and buy I'm going to buy 6 ribeye steaks and a coffin. Mental. It's mental, that is. Normally there's lots of furniture in our local Costco's. They normally have some ridiculously sized kind of a gazebo type thing that would actually not fit in my garden at all. Darren is dropping out now. 2 dropped in my way to the kettle, so I need to go and finish the job. You do. Tea is important. Night, Darren Ball. Simone wonders how much more fuel my 75 would drink if I remap it. I think actually remapping an M47R engine not only increases the power and performance, but it also increases the economy. So you get better economy. And if I'd have known this question yesterday, I could have asked Tom Force, because I think remapping the diesel especially is a really big part of his business. But I'm pretty sure that it makes them more economical as well, if that's the map if you choose that map. But I know you can. There's a map with a M47R that will increase the power up to around, or just shy of probably 150 brake horse, but also get the economy. Don't know about 60 mpg, but maybe. Simon says a TL, so team leader, we presume that means, once marked one of my calls as coffin on call, don't mute. Pure Evil has olive tree. Yeah, I've seen the olive trees. Yeah. Oh, what shall I'm just going to go and get some, I don't know, bake at home baguettes and some steak or fish from Costco, which is the sort of things I go in there for, and multi-packs of wine. I didn't know they had olive trees here. I'm just going to buy one. Ridiculous. Underscore Matt is in the house. Evening all. Are we well? Hello, Rob. I'm well. How are you? I did oversleep by a quite significant 3 hours and 10 minutes this morning, which was disastrous because I shouldn't have actually been at home at that time. Luckily, victory was snatched from the jaws of defeat. But I'm well. How are you, Matt? Simon asks Julie T. I don't know if he's offering it or demanding it. Simone's going to ask around. People saying hello to other. Simon might get a remap once I'm happy Henrietta isn't going to die. I mean, I've driven Henrietta and didn't feel that she was anywhere near that like that, unless she's choking on paint fumes, of course. People saying hello to. Simone asks Simon if he's done a service on Henny yet. We shall let Simon answer that. But he says, yeah, and he does. He says, yes. Still need to reset the oil countdown, though. No idea how you do that on a. So, is it clutch and brake or something down at the same time? It's one of those combinations, or some turning the key on and off, or you're pressing the mileage reset, the trip computer reset button thing. People say hello to each other. Imperial urges me to be kind to the person who has the space and funds to impulse buy an olive tree. That would be the life. Be like bubbles to the champagne. Oh, olive trees for everyone. Pingu is here. Pingu Concord is here saying hello to Rob. How are the belly pains this week? I'm feeling much better. I've got a new lease of life. I think losing a few pounds already. Being on a diet, it's what the doctor demanded I do for my own good. But good evening, Pinga. How are you as well? Simone asks a ZT or 75 related question. What is everyone's mileage up to on their 75/ZT? I'm up to 170k. For a diesel, that's not even run in. I will answer first because I can. ZT260 has done about 68,000 miles. ZT190 has done 112,000 miles. Might have gone over 113 now, actually. And ZTT, which is broken, has done 177,000 miles. And that too is a diesel. Someone says, wouldn't be clutch on Henny unless I have to fit one. Underscore is good, and that's an impressive overlay. Thank you. Simon's only 126,000, definitely not running in. So Simone says hello to Pingu. Pure Evil says something back to Simon. Maybe Simon should make 120k plus stickers. Yeah, that's it. Have another little club that I can. Oh, I can join it on one car that doesn't work. It doesn't count. I probably won't keep for very long. Pure Evil's Diesel 25 is just past 52,000 miles. My petrol 25 is around 44k, but hasn't moved since 2015. We could estimate what your petrol 25 would be on had it been driven for all that time. Excuse me. Pingu says that's good to hear. Thank you, Pingu. Pingu is okay. Found my show report very entertaining. Thank you. The feedback is greatly appreciated. Matt says he thought Simon had already had a current sticker project going on. Pingu wishes Simone a good week. Pure Evil, yeah, you can't join with both cars combined. Simone asks Simon how he's getting on with StreamYard. And yes. Oh, speaking of Simon and I are attending MG100 at Gaydon on Saturday. So, yes, you can expect some content out of that. You can expect individual content from both Simon and myself, maybe a joint video, and maybe some Norman Butler and whichever character I decide to play on the day. So do keep an eye out for that. Simon's had a little play with StreamYard. Simon says the heat's getting difficult. Yeah, it's getting to that point where it's like, because I've got to wear. If I'm going to a building site, I've got to wear jeans. You're not allowed to wear shorts on the big building sites, which is really annoying. Excuse me, still let the cat into the rest of the house. Go on, off you go. I see. But yeah, I know I got in the van this afternoon. I was like, why am I wearing bloody trousers? It was like too hot. Simon says, I want to take you to a Gaydon bar. Yeah, that song has gone through my head. But the other Electric Six's first song was called Danger High Voltage. And I commend you to watch on YouTube the video by Electric Six called Danger High Voltage. It is, I'd completely forgotten about it until Simon mentioned singing Clay Bar to the same lyrics as their second song, basically. Um, Louis wanted to go into the lounge for some reason. It's moth season, so he's now happy because he's got something to hunt. Underscore says Simon Rob inside gay Don. Well, we'll have none of that smut on here. Pingu says bring back old bald cannoli. Thank you, Trez Funny sir. Thank you very much. Old bald cannoli proved that Jedi mind tricks don't work on stubborn Yorkshire disgruntled Yorkshire Rover employees. They don't. They will not. That nothing can persuade them. Nothing. There will be a character or two from me as well. Don't worry. Simon says High Voltage had Jack White on it. I think I don't know the names of the characters, but it's funny as. Who he thinks his cat is named after. Yeah, I can't. It's a good watch it. Just watch the video. It's funny. I remember it first time round when I was young. Oh, the cat's going mad. He's running up and down the stairs like a idiot. Simon is definitely bringing all the costumes on Saturday. Excellent. I need to get cram as much as I can into Dusty after cleaning her. So yeah, just needs. It's nice because the weather's been good, so it just literally needs a little rinse. That car. Simon says Simon and Rob to gay Don. An underscore will wait for everyone on hiatus. Naughty step. Simone asks, wasn't gay Don in the South Park movie? Probably. Simon's Matt's confused me with all these asterisky messages. Simon says Jack has just jumped on the shelf. The shelf was full. I had to help him down. Oh dear, cats do stuff like that, which is quite funny. Pingu asks, "How is Bram?" Bram is really well. So Bram was with a friend on Sunday. So Adrian has got a BRM as well. I think it's probably the only two in our area. I know there is a guy further up the road, kind of Bist away, who's got one. But it was nice to have the two part together at the show. But yeah, Bram is driving very nicely, turning heads. I spent days getting his bodywork looking nice last week, or as nice as it can, and it really was. He's really shining away. Matt says, no idea why it changed to hiatus. Dropped to my phone last week. Clearly, it's not feeling well. Hiatus Nauticep sounds quite good, though, as well. It sounds like some really rare, convoluted medical problem. I'm very sorry, madam, but little Johnny has got hiatus naughty step. Yeah. Yes, Simon saw Bram with a friend. Will there be little Bram babies like City Rovers with orange grills? The thought of two BRMs mating is fine. But the thought of their offspring, the spawn of two BRMs, being City Rovers, is quite frankly abhorrent, Simon. And I never want to. Now you've said it, I can't unsee it. It's all about the streetwise, and only about the streetwise. Yeah. So yeah, I've got not much more car news because it's been the week. The week has been dominated by the car show. But Simon has a topic. So I would have a Mars bar, but they're full of sugar, so I shouldn't eat them. Simon, what is your topic? Unless you actually are eating a topic. Matt thought the same thing about having a bite, Simon. I did read that first. Of can I bite Simon? Which would just be weird. Simon asks, who here has ditched the shit Rover locking wheel nuts? I haven't yet, but I will do. Pingu asks, where is your diesel streetwise? It's being worked on. Watch this space. I don't want to say too much because last time I did that, I jinxed it. So, Simone would like to see a City Rover with a big engine stuffed in it. Yeah, I've got a mental image of that. So it's like a City Rover with a Mustang, the Mustang lump that goes in the 260 in it, and its front suspension just completely collapsed. That's the image I've got in my head. But maybe I shouldn't be so scathing about the City Rover. That's not even bad. Come on, City Rover. It's not even badge engineering. It's just getting another car and doing so little to it. Just slapping a horrible looking Viking badge. It was like the worst of the Viking badges on the front, and then calling it a City Rover. I know some people like them and they think they're the coming thing, but I cannot see it. Just cannot see it. I'm sorry. Okay. Rover Joe says, hello, Rover Joe. Simon has swapped all his out, and the comments just jumped and bloody million miles. Where the hell is that comment gone? I was just reading. Simon has swapped all his out for new black wheel bolts. Attractive. See, the phone doesn't autocorrect when I need it to. Simone never had locking nuts. No, I think the days. It's a bit like taking your radio face off, and putting it in a little black pencil casey thing that comes with it. People don't nick stuff like that now. They just blatantly bash some old granny over the head and take her handbag if they want money for something, rather than nicking a car radio. Comments are flying. Blah 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 blah. Where we got to? Priori replying to Simon. Rover Joe, I've done that one. Simon says yes. A race prep City Rover. Please stop. Matt has ditched lock nuts. Didn't replace the front one. Just left 3 in. Loosen and a quarter turn to give the impression of a torque steer in a 1.4K series. Marvelous. The awful spline ones, yeah, which can break really easily if they're left in the hands of the wrong kind of tire fitting place. People saying hello to each other. Jimmy Quinn enters and says hello. Good evening, Jimmy, and says hi. I've heard you are a famous YouTuber, and we know where your car is. I heard that too because said Boaty was messaging me while I was trying to video Tom Force doing some work to my car, which I shan't say what he did because it's a video basically, and I'll be giving away trade secrets. But yeah, I if Tom said I'm a famous YouTuber, then thank you, Tom. I thank you. But my car's not there now, so I did watch the bit about his live stream just to see what that. I was laughing properly all the way through it. That bit. People saying hello. Pure Evil says somewhere. Where's that gone? It says, it's all fun and games until your own wheel is overtaking you. I've seen that happen as well. That was gonna the poor guy. My God, that car must have been full of poo. He must have seriously shit himself. Simon found the Kenwood face-off case in the garage earlier. I've actually got two Kenwood face-off cases because I've got the original Kenwood stereo that came with the TF and the Pioneer DAB unit that's in it now has also got a case in the glove box. So they're really good. Simone is chewing on some Rennies, which I take it means you've got heartburn. I hope that goes because heartburn is horrible. People saying hello. Dinosaur says Indian rubbish relating to the Tata City Rover. Did you know India has overtaken China with the biggest population, 1.47 billion? I did not know that. I'm not surprised. I know India were growing at a phenomenal rate. That's good. That is good news. That's good info from you, Ross. Thank you. And of course, Tata now own Jaguar Land Rover as well. Joe's Rover 25 has locking wheel nuts, but it's the ones with the covers that end up seizing on. Oof. Get rid. I'm going to get rid of. What have I got them on? I don't got them on the TF. Haven't got them on the two. No, I have got them on the 260 and on the 190 and the BRM. So yeah, we need to get rid of those. Stephen S. Paul is here. Good evening, saying hello, children of England. GB. Good evening, Stephen S. Paul. How are you? How are things on the other side of the pond? And Bad Books says hello with a belated good evening, all. And good evening, Bad Books. How are you? How are you, Stephen S. Paul? How are you, Bad Books? Simon urges Rover Joe to get rid before they screw you over. People saying hello to one and other. Pingu asks a very serious question. Am I going to call my Streetwise Penny? Not half a bad idea, is it? Because they're both little minxes. Simon says, wowza, loads have joined. Hello, everyone. Bang goes my 10 o'clock going to bed. We'll give it a bit longer. We're having fun. Rover Joe asks Simon a very personal question, or is it a demand? I don't know. Hooked on Classic says, hit the like button, please. Yes, please hit the like button. If you're here lurking and you don't want to comment, and not commenting is fine. If you just want to watch me talking and reading out these comments and responding to them, then please do hit that like button while you're here. And if in the unlikely event you're not a subscriber, then please also subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Where have we got to? Simon replies to Joe _ says there's a song with the words "Sweet Lives" in it. It is ideal for a parody with the word "streetwise." It is, isn't it? That's going to be a thing, isn't it? It's Fleetwood Mac, isn't it? Tell me lies, tell me wise, tell me streetwise, and it's sung exactly like that in a manly voice. Simone says that Simon should maybe Ujud should check his nuts. Simon says if they're the ones I'm thinking of, they deform to the point of you having to hammer on a small socket. You can actually buy a wheel, like a smashing wheel set, and you basically just hammer this kind of socket that grips onto it off, and you break it off, and it will work. Underscore says, "Who's up for green laning in a streetwise?" I would be. I'm up for anything. Jimmy says hello to Simone. Comments are really blimey. You lot are typing away like furious things. Where did? Oh, here we are. Rover Joe's comment. My lock and wheel nuts have 2 notches on them, and there's a cover that goes over them. Yeah, I've got the same on the BRM. They just don't look strong. Um, Rojo's going to change his nuts. Simone also says, "Get rid of them, Joe. No one wants to nick Rover wheels." Some people may. Simon says, "Green landing on a little bike would be fun." Underscore is more concerned with the lack of tread on his front tyres than my locking wheel nuts. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Underscore then says, "Green landing on a mini moto." Bad Book says, "Can you get tuna nuts for Rovers? They are cool." I don't even know what tuna nuts are. Where's that comment gone? Good God, what's going on here? Surely you should call the Streetwise Janet. Janet Streetwise. I don't get that. I'm sorry, I'm quite tired. Answers since wise. Thanks, Simone. Like button hit and phone screen thoroughly cracked. Simon says, "Picture this. It's Saturday afternoon. You had to nip to town for a new car battery. You're hungry, and the only thing is Greg's. What do you buy?" Vegan sausage roll, if I'm being literal about it, because they're nice. 2024 year of right. Yes, it is the year of the streetwise. And Pure Evil says 2025, the year of the 25. Why not? Why not? I wonder when the next year of the tour is going to be, because it's I think it's actually determined by 3 monks who sit round a pool of antifreeze that a Rover 75 has dropped from its front pipe that's corroded. And they just randomly decide which year is going to be which for anything, actually, streetwise, Rover 25, Tourer. Yeah, there we go. Dinosaur says there's a 2003 MG ZT V6 auto for sale near me. Belts and headlining done. I'm really tempted. Any advice on? I'm assuming you say what to check. Check the inlet manifold for rattles. If when it's running, it kind of sounds almost tappety, then your little butterfly valves in the variable length inlet manifold could be broken. Car will still drive, it just won't have power where it should have power, basically. But yeah, that's the first thing I'd do. If the belts have been done, that's key. Check the sills. Although you probably don't have any corrosion problems at all down where you are, so I would still check the sills anyway. Just check all the bodywork over. Check the bonnet, make sure that's not kind of too damaged. It's probably gonna be quite a sound car because of where it is, I would imagine. Simon says didn't do it. Yeah, I think I know you've posted, Ross, the picture of this car, so I will have a proper look and comment on that. Jimmy Quinn says, if you sold all your cars, you could buy a good Rover like a P5B coupe. I could. I think that MG Rover values are beginning to move seriously. I'm sort of hearing and reading different things about prices cars are getting, and I know the ZRs have gone up phenomenally in the last year since I sold mine. So yeah, it's I probably could, but is the P5B going up as rapidly as the 75 and the 70? My ZTs and BRM and all that kind of stuff. Simone would love to green lane a Streetwise if the engine was swapped out for the MGZR lump. Well, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? Simon would love tuna nuts on Henrietta. I'm just imagining a big fish now with nuts. Don't know what a tuna nut is. Jimmy Quinn says Simon turbo it. And at Jimmy Quinn turbo Henny, because Henny's already got a soft turbo on her. And underscore kindly offers as the purveyor of soft drinks and snacks, offers everyone tuna nuts. Jimmy Quinn says yes to Simon turboing Henny. Cheese and onion pasty from Greg's all day long. They're nice as well, actually, aren't they? Jimmy Quinn says Simon turbo your bike. And Simon clarifies who the monks are who decide what year is what's going to be celebrated in a particular year. The touring monks of old black country. That's them. Simone says Hooked on Classics 2026 year of the P6. Why not? Stephen S. Paul went to a customer's property to clean out the place. Lots of late model stuff, including some Teslas, interesting, including two 2008 Roadsters. There's lots of VW Dashers, straight Rabbits. They are all nearly diesel powered. Sounds like another good horde for you, Stephen, but a bit different to the usual kind of stuff that you guys get. Simon just reminds us all what each year is celebrating. So 2023, as we all know, is the year of the Tourer. 2024, the year of the Streetwise. 2025, the year of Waffle Butty. Jimmy Quinn's friend's turbo is Blackbird. Okay. Bad Books enlightens me. Tuna nuts are tubular with an adapter that fits internally, used for race cars, I think. I have them on the MX-5. I shall have to research that. I shall write it down because I will forget. Right. Blah, blah, blah. Simon wonders what the next cheap classic will be. Something's got to suddenly get remembered, hasn't it? Oh, I remember that car from back when. Rover Joe made the sills for my Honda. Did you see them? Haven't seen. Saying at the beginning, Joe, just not been able to. Been so busy, not been able to watch YouTube. I'm well behind. Even Simone's videos. Not had a chance, but I'll be doing some catching up on Monday because Monday's the next kind of day I've got where I can do nothing, and I will do nothing. Classic Wheelbase said he will help Simone with 75 sill repairs. What a nice chat. That's really good. That's good news. I know you've got some body work to do there. Jimmy Quinn says it was frightening, Simon, about the turbo Blackbird. Pingu Congo says 1 month in, and my son has not binned his car yet. Maybe I did teach him well enough. Good for Pingu, son. Good for you. Well done, Pingu. Excellent. Pingu, everyone's congratulating Pingu on this this wondrous news. Underscore, we're ready for an underscore moment. Tell me lies in the Streetwise whilst we eat mince pies. That's just pure poetry. I will watch your video, Joe. Simon's back at the yard on Monday, presumably for kebabs and some randomness on camera. Simone says something has to become a worthless pile and help the market get cheaper. Something needs to. Underscore says new guest feature for my never to air YouTube channel: meat pies in a Streetwise. I like that. Will you have James Corden presenting it? I don't know why I thought of pies and then James Corden. Knob. Um, Sorry if you're watching, James. I'm sure you are a subscriber. Simon says something about Simone. Blah, 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 blah. Even Saxos are getting higher in price. Got to be a Fiesta. I think it's gonna, the Fiesta or the Fords, because there's gonna be no more Fiestas. So they're gonna suddenly go, oh yeah, I like that shape Fiesta. Simon wants Matt to park that ideas. Pies in a streetwise. Simone says, "Hell, the Saxos a death trap." There were two at the show on Sunday, actually. So maybe. Underscore asks more at Pingu. Is Pingu's son called Pingu Cessna? That's good. I like that. Someone says, because his name is James, I ate all the pies and had room for pudding Corden. Yeah. That's why I thought of James Corden, which is now pervading my thoughts. Fiesta Mark 7 should be cheap. I lose track of Fiestas. But I know you try and buy an XR2 or XR2i now, and it's like, good luck. Matt says it'll be black eyes in a streetwise if I have to share the space with Corden. Yeah. He has got one of those faces, hasn't he? Pingu says in response to the rechristening of Pingu's son, not officially Matt, but that's a great idea. Project MGCF says Squires Cafe, that's a good venue for shows. Is that up your way, that one? You have mentioned it before. Simon's going to say, Matt will save that idea for Simon, which is excellent. Dan says anything with an ICE will become collectible. CD player might be not a novel thing. All these cars with these Bluetooth AirPlay things. Oh yes, did you see my new radio? My 75 had flopped out. It was fitted by Halfords, and they basically put some little kind of loops there, and then put a cable tie around the back of the radio to hold it in place. And of course, it got hot, the solvent melted, and the adhesive didn't work. So I've actually sealed this now by running a bead of polymer sealant, which is very, very strong adhesive, carefully around the edge of the radio, and mounted it in the fascia, which will go back in the car tomorrow. So I'm quite pleased about that. So in-car entertainment. So yes, I've actually got rid of a CD player in my car, which is because I'm mod. But that's my main driving car. I need something, so I've got a sat nav proper on a screen like that. What? Yeah. Where are we? Pingu Corn says Hubnuts 106 is still for sale. I don't think the 106 is about to become an appreciating classic. How much is Hubnut asking for a Peugeot 106? I've not watched his channel for months, so I didn't even know he was selling one, to be honest. Simon loved his Mark 7 S1600 Fiesta. Simone asks, have you seen the James Corden spitting puppet on Spitting Image? Hilarious. No, I'll have to look that up now. Joe says Joe isn't surprised that Pingu's about Pingu's comment that Hubnuts 106 still for sale. Simon says Hal fraud. Luckily they didn't charge me full whack for delivery for installation, because they haven't actually got enough trained in-car entertainment installers. They keep leaving because they hate working weekends. So they're now getting 12-year-old kids to fit the radios, and they bring things from their art class, and then your radio just falls out of its fascia. So I've had to do it myself, which I wish I'd have done in the first place, to be brutally honest. Where did we get to? Ansel says, what about an MG3 station wagon? I quite like the MG3 actually. I quite like. Pingu says maybe Boaty has bought it. We will see what Boaty has bought shortly. Bad Books is a great fix, Rob. Thank you very much, Bad Books. Simon says, I bought one of those little FM transmitters for Henny. It works a treat. Yeah, I got one of those for the 75. But I just didn't find it particularly reliable, unless I just got a bad one. Because I know they are pence, aren't they? Literally, they're a few quid. But they yeah. If you want some FM, they're fine. But no, it's really for the Google Maps on a big screen is the reason I got it. Simone says, Rob, I need to get the radio fixed in my 75. It pops and clicks on tape radio and CD. Yeah, I actually commented about something last night because one of Julie, one of my Facebook group people, and I do have a Facebook group called Beards and Bangers, funnily enough, and an Instagram page called Beards and Bangers. Funnily enough, if you don't already check those out, please do. And I did say I am the person least qualified to give advice on car audio, even though I've just actually done quite well. But in terms of what could be wrong with it, no idea. It could just be worn out. Is it the original? Rover unit? Stay there, radio. Don't fall over. There we are. Where did we get to? Dinosaur Dad has gone off Hubnut in a big way. Jimmy Quinn has still got an 8-track in my shed. Rover Joe says a lot of, in response to Dinosaur Dad saying a lot of people have gone off Hubnut. A lot of people have seemed to Dinosaur Dad. I wonder why. I wonder why Ian's channel is not doing as well, or people are going off. Is he trying too hard? Sometimes people try too hard, don't they? Even successful people like Ian. Pingu says that my not watching Hubnut's videos, you've not missed anything good, Rob. Just a lot of whinging. Okay, so nothing's changed then. Pure Evil says, last time I went to Halfords, they snapped my 25's key where they fold. Yeah, I think Halfords have got a serious recruitment problem. They hardly have any people in their stores. I go into 3 different Halfords: Aylesbury, Bletchley, Milton Keynes, and they're all saying the same thing. People are leaving. We can't recruit. I just don't think people want to. Oh, I'm going to have a career with Halfords, or I'm going to have a career in retail. I just don't think people want to do that. Someone's going to have to do it though at some point, and we're not. We can't get workforce from Europe as easy as we could. So who knows? Simone says, Jimmy, I'm getting an 8-track fitted to the Cortina. That sounds marvellous. Simon has another topic. Why haven't MG made a hot MG3? I think there is a fairly quick version, isn't there? From what I've looked at. But yeah, they could. Is the hot hatch dead? I mean, are there any true hot hatches based, smallest model of a particular car range, tuned to within an inch of its life? And I don't count things like Golf GTIs in that, because they're now a prestige car. They're not cheap. But is there a cheaper version of a small petrol car that's sort of hot? Matt says no, the early one, the early engine it's the one that looks exactly the same as the Streetwise. Yeah, it basically was just a Rover 25 shell, slightly tweaked. Simon says about the FM transmitter. I bought a FM transmitter. I bought a cheap one and it was crap. Bought another from Argos and it was lovely. Now I have maps and iTunes through a tape deck. Clever. Simone says yes, original unit about the 8-track. Simon says hello. I'm guessing he's quoting someone. Hubnut, I'm guessing. Hello. In this episode, I'm going to say this car is cute and remind you we sell hats. It's been a while for me, so I've forgotten what he. Yeah, okay. Underscore's only watched a few Hubnut videos. They were when he was on his trip down under. Then I watched a couple of later ones with Miss Hubnut, and it didn't appeal to me. Maybe you've hit the nail on the head, Matt. There, Jimmy says because new MG are shit. A friend of mine's just bought a MG GS and is having nothing but problems with it. That's the forerunner to the HS. So it's the biggest one they do. Simon thought that it's only the trim levels that change on the MG3, and they were all 115 brake horsepower max. 115 brake horsepower. My vacuum cleaner's got more than that. Underscore says also calling her Miss Hubnut makes it sound like he's dating his sister. Underscore also goes on to say he bought a cheap FM transmitter, but it just kept making a cheeping sound. And the comments just jumped. Bad Book says years ago I tried to buy a TomTom from Halfords. Lad went out the back to get it, waited ages, went out for a cig, and the lad was sat in his car having sandwiches. I told them to stick the TomTom. Yeah, absolutely. What a little prick. Simon says the new MGs are a bit crap, but they are as cheap as chips used. Wouldn't mind an MG6 magnet. I think the MG6s, they're quite nice, especially the earlier ones. They're quite nice. Udges remembers long hair Hubnut and the train and the cat. Jimmy Quinn says Miss Hubnut has ruined the channel. There's some candor about the Hubnut channel this evening. Pingu Conquer says, Jimmy, do you think R8s are shit? Good question. We shall let Jimmy answer. Dinosaur Dad says Ian's consistent failure in tinkering gets very annoying. He's good at reviews, but I'll watch Joseph for that kind of stuff. Joseph is formulaic, and it works. And he works bloody hard. He just he has a mission when he goes to a show or does a review. He sticks to a formula and it works, and his numbers are going up. And Simon says at Udge exactly no hats around, and Rover Joe summarizes it all by saying we do like a nice beige leather interior, although I'm loving my red leather interior at the moment because it smells good, it feels good, and it is good. And that car's all right at the minute. So the comments have stopped. It's gone 10:30. Is Boaty live streaming tonight? Do tell me, because I'll give you guys 20 minutes to go for wee-wees and stuff before Boaty's live stream. Plus, I really think I need to go to bed. Simone does talk about diesels on her channel. I talk about diesels when able to on my channel. Underscore, so I'll go through these very quickly. Underscore says Rover P6 in chocolate brown with beige and cream interior. Perfect Mars Rover. Absolutely. Mars Rover. Boom, boom. That Matt. So I'm not kind of roaring it out because that's funny, but I'm done in, mate. I am absolutely done in. I just need to go to bed and get some kip. Simon replies, Dinosaur Dad. Rover said not actually sure he might be. Uji says, yes, let's have a where or wee. Project MG says Boaty equals Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and today is Wednesday. Pingu says a giant spider has just appeared above my head. Has it? Is there a giant spider up there, or is someone playing games on me? Stephen S. Paul has just commented. Jimmy Quinn has had 2 R8s. They were okay in the 90s. I wouldn't want one now. Bad Book says, go to bed, Rob. Tell us to shut up. Shut the F up. I would never be so brutal as that. But unless you're on here and haven't hit the like button, if you're on here, please hit the like button. It's greatly appreciated. So people actually watch this playback. And why wouldn't you? Hit the like button. Fair enough, Jimmy. It's been enjoyable chat, Robert. Apologies, I was late, but cat, C-A-T. Pure Evil says, love the red leather interior in a diesel 25. They maybe I'm biased. If that's what you've got, it sounds bloody lovely. Enjoy myself. I will. Jimmy Quinn says bye. Pingy says above his telly. Sorted now. Above my head on his telly. Right. Okay. You nearly have me there, Pingy. Project MG says he liked his streaming. You need your sleep to tackle the big smoke tomorrow, young man. And wishes me street dreams. Good night. Have a good sleep, everyone. See you soon. Goodbye.